A lot of people have very sensitive feelings about money. Because it may be so divisive, people may choose to avoid discussing it altogether and concentrate solely on making and spending money rather than managing their finances. The truth is that maintaining wealth is much more difficult than acquiring it. It's not unusual to see wealthy individuals who acquire their riches through inheritance, lottery, or other unknown means lose them quickly. Famous boxer Mike Tyson is a great example of someone who made an insane amount of money, yet lost it all. Despite having made over $300 million throughout his career, he filed for bankruptcy in 2003 and was said to be more than $20 million in debt at the time. There are basically two types of people: those who make money and those who lose it. No matter how much money you make, you will certainly make mistakes with it. In this video, I'll share with you 10 money mistakes you must never make. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting financial video by Finance Aligned. Do you find yourself spending too much money or making unnecessary purchases? Then this video is for you, so make sure to watch this video till the end. But before we continue, kindly like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell icon to stay notified of more interesting videos just like this one. With that done, let's get right into the video. So, what are the money mistakes you must avoid at all costs? Number 1. Spending more than you earn. The temptation to do this, especially as a young adult, can be great. When you are earning a steady income for the very first time in your life immediately after college, it can be tempting to spend your money. It may be tempting to buy that new automobile, move into a new home, or travel first class. But if your income is insufficient to pay for these expenses, you may find yourself living paycheck to paycheck. This problem is comparable to lifestyle inflation, in which your costs of living rise as your income rises. Although an increase in income shouldn't justify a rise in living expenses, a lot of people believe that after receiving their salary, they should treat themselves. Instead, you should use this stream of income to invest in and buy assets to increase the longevity of your wealth. The desire to impress others is likely the main driver of spending beyond one's means. They spend because they have low self-esteem and, without these financial possessions, feel inferior to other people. But this is the wrong logic. According to Dave Ramsey, we spend money on items we don't need to impress people we don't like. We all engage in this to some extent. You can improve your financial situation if you learn to put off gratification and stop worrying about impressing others. Another reason for excessive spending is social media. People spend a lot of money attempting to appear wealthy, even though they're not. An internet entrepreneur, for instance, who was told he would never succeed in business, would purchase a pricey car upon making his first significant sale to prove his haters wrong, falling yet again victim to the trap of attempting to impress others. This method of making an impression is an endless staircase. There will always be someone to compete with or to show off to. When your monthly income is only $3,000, you should have no business purchasing a $2,000 device. Be smart, make a budget, and keep track of your expenditures to make sure you don't go beyond it. Number 2. Not making wise investments. Many people invest their money in things based on recommendations from friends or a strong belief that the prices of well-known stocks will continue to rise, even though investing may be very difficult. Real estate is one form of assets that almost everyone appears to be keen to invest in. Many people believe they are financially secure once they acquire an investment property. They believe that their rent payments will just begin to arrive each month and that their revenue will skyrocket. Sadly, this isn't always the case. Appliances break down, tenants fail to make payments, and your property's value can fall dramatically. There is risk associated with investments, just like with any other kind. According to the smart investor, gaining the necessary knowledge about a specific market or product before investing your hard-earned money in the business is the key to having their assets provide a steady stream of revenue. In other words, do your research and don't just choose a product because your friends are successful in it or a marketer told you about all the wonderful advantages it has to offer. Number 3. Using quick money schemes. One of the best ways to lose money is to participate in get-rich-quick schemes. As they say, quick money brings quick problems. Therefore, being involved in get-rich-quick schemes will almost result in disaster. Get-rich-quick schemes, such as Ponzi and pyramid schemes, as well as make-money overnight offers, are all aimed to enrich the scheme's creator at your expense. If you're researching new business possibilities and come across options that seem to offer great rewards with little risk, take a cautious approach. Consider it this way: if it takes 20 years to achieve $200,000 in a profession and a new enterprise claims you can make that much money in a year, then why wouldn't everyone be doing it if it were true? To sum up, always use your common sense before doing anything if you want to get money quickly. Number 4, only having one source of income. Having a single source of income, typically in the form of a salary, is a way of life for a lot of people. Unfortunately, despite what people think, occupations are not always secure. In fact, more than 21 million US workers were laid off in 2018, which meant that if your job was your only source of income, your income suddenly stopped. You should imagine yourself as a tree when it comes to your sources of income. Did trees produce fruit from a single branch? No, is the simple answer. They have numerous branches that produce fruits and flowers. To make your income work for you, you should continue to improve and gain new skills. This is a sensible and secure way to get some rest at night. Number 5, lack of emergency funds. Let's face it, things don't always work out the way you plan, and sometimes you need money to get things back on track. For instance, your washer could break down, your car could stop operating out of the blue, or you could lose your job. Since almost everything in life is expensive, it's crucial to have an emergency fund set up. Failure to do so would be a costly financial mistake. Sadly, a 2019 Federal Reserve survey revealed that nearly 40% of American adults couldn't afford to cover a $400 emergency with cash, savings, or a credit card charge that they could promptly pay off. In order to raise the $400, about 27% of these tested that they would have to borrow money or sell something, and an additional 12% would not be able to do it at all. Fortunately, you can avoid being one of these individuals. This money can actually be saved. All you need to do is ask your employer to set up an automatic 10% withdrawal from your pay, which will divert a portion of your paycheck to an emergency savings account. How do you determine when you've saved enough, though? Most financial experts advise that you save up for 6 months' worth of expenses. But if you want to be extra careful, 1 year's worth is a great target to set. Number 6, using credit cards too much. Credit cards can be a helpful way of making purchases for many individuals, but they can also be a one-way trip into debt for others. While credit cards are required for some business applications, depending on them too much can lead to financial ruin. Using credit cards encourages impulsive purchases. It gives you the impression that anything is within your means with just one simple swipe. In fact, a 2001 MIT student discovered that using a credit card as compared to cash can result in up to a 100% increase in spending. In order to avoid spending too much money on credit, make it a practice to pay with cash. Compared to using credit cards, paying with cash makes you physically hand over money and allows you to see how much money has been taken out of your pocket. Number 7, fear of taking financial risks. According to the phrase, no risk, no return, you must take chances in order to be successful financially, but you should carefully consider the risk you must take. If you put your money in an index fund, for example, the risk is larger than if you keep it in a savings account, but you'll never see the normal 0.09% return that a savings account pays out. Instead of taking a calculated risk that is acceptable to undertake, it would be better to invest in an index fund, for instance, which tracks the trends of an entire stock market. This strategy has traditionally offered returns of 7% a year. Number 8, having just one bank account. For a number of reasons, having just one bank account is unsafe. First off, managing your finances will be quite challenging if you only have one bank account. You're forced to save all of your emergency, bill, and college funds in one place if you only have one bank account. Also, if you spend your money on unnecessary purchases, you run the danger of not having access to emergency funds or funds for school when you need them. This is why you should have a minimum of 3 bank accounts. One account should be set aside for unexpected emergencies, another for regular bills, and a third, which I like to refer to as a play account. Your play account contains any funds you set aside for fun or vacations. Setting up an untouchable account is also a good idea if you want to go further. You can use this account as a savings account to which monthly payroll deductions can be made in order to automate your savings routine and make sure your income increases over time. Number 9, save money instead of investing. Money that's kept in a bank depreciates over time as a result of inflation. However, money grows when it's correctly invested. That's how easy it is. As indicated in number 7, it's a mistake to be afraid to take financial risks. Those who save all their money and let it slowly depreciate over time are the ones who are afraid to take chances. The only money you need to keep in a savings account is what you need for daily expenses and an emergency cash fund. In other words, you shouldn't just save for the sake of saving. You need to save to invest. Without a solid plan, money saved will ultimately be squandered on unimportant items. For example, when you leave money in your bank account, the temptation to spend it on tangible items, such as a new automobile, fashionable clothing, or entertainment, will arise. Investing investing that money is a better alternative because it will work for you. All of these opportunities, whether they come in the form of stocks, real estate, REITs, or startups, provide a method to generate a new source of income and are much more financially rewarding than allowing your money to lose value while it's in the bank. Number 10. Spending on cigarettes and drugs. While using a few drugs in college may have seemed harmless and enjoyable at the time, the truth is that continued usage may be addictive and have a very detrimental impact on your health and finances. Calculating how much people spend on drugs and cigarettes in a week or a year reveals that many of them are limiting their ability to achieve financial freedom. A pack of cigarettes, for instance, costs $9.08, and many smokers use a pack of cigarettes each day. This works out to $63.56 a week, or $3,305.12 annually. Unfortunately, many drug and cigarette users enter into this habit out of curiosity and peer pressure. The same amount of money may pay your home's property taxes or cover a 2-week vacation. This practice will eventually have a major impact on both your health and your wealth. So do your best to refrain from purchasing these things. Start by keeping an eye on the small expenses that quickly pile up in order to avoid the risks of overspending, and then go on to monitor the larger expenses. Consider your options carefully before adding any more debt to your list of responsibilities. And remember that just because you can make a payment doesn't mean you can afford the item. Finally, prioritize saving a portion of your income each month and taking the time to create a solid financial plan. That's it for today. What do you think about this video? Kindly let me know what you think about this video in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. Also, hit the bell to receive more updates. See you next time. Thanks for watching.